So with all of the craziness that was happening with the hantavirus,
Yeah,
thank God it passed.
thank God it passed.
But I recalled something that happened during COVID. There was this linguistic joke, if you may call it, and people were making these sketches when one person says like, "Oh my God, who says that this new virus is very serious?" And the other person is like, "Who says that?" And the other person goes, "Who says this?" And they're like, "Who says what? Who says that it's a very serious virus?" And so they would go back and forth, like
Saying who.
saying who says what? Who says it? Who says what? Yeah, so it was a very funny one, and why I wanted to bring it up
Uh-huh.
because of the WHO,
Yeah,
because WHO is actually an acronym
that's
for
right.
World Health Organization.
Yeah,
But it's too long to say this, so people were just using the acronym for it.
that's right.
But WHO sounds like the question word who,
Who?
right?
Yeah, of course. That's funny. I've actually never heard that joke before,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I can see where people get confused
Totally.
because I guess I don't know. I mean I feel like Who, there's also a band called The Who. The Who is
There's also the doctor
the
called the
doctor
WHO.
called The Who, yeah. But the World Health Organization is quite a big organization. I think everybody would know about it, but maybe before COVID, it wasn't as
Exactly.
talked about in the news
Uh-huh.
as often,
Yeah.
right? So there was a little bit of a surprise there.
Exactly. And also, I guess that because, again, if you tell someone who even doesn't know about it, if you hear World Health Organization, you're like, okay, I can
I
understand what
get
this
it.
is. But like, who is like, what? Who, what? What, who?
So along those lines, we've got you were talking about this as an acronym.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's just so interesting how many, it's just immense the amount of acronyms, abbreviations that we use in our everyday language.
Exactly.
We really use them a lot. And so we wanted to chat a little bit about, like some of the common ones that
Uh-huh.
may not always be well known.
Yeah. Or even maybe you didn't know that it's an acronym or an
Yeah. Or
abbreviation.
there are some where I actually embarrassingly didn't find out until later in life
Oh,
that
interesting.
it was actually an acronym.
Uh-huh.
So just to, I guess,
Yeah, let's give the
differentiate, let
definitions
let's
first.
give a couple of
Uh-huh.
definitions. So first of all, we've got abbreviations,
Mm-hmm.
and an abbreviation is basically a shortened form of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when you give the word a nickname.
Yeah.
You give people nicknames. Do you have a nickname?
I actually do.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, from back home, I have two of them, but
Yeah.
they have nothing to do with my name.
I mean, a lot of them don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
But
my
one of mine was, and is, some people still do call me that. They call me teacher.
teacher is your
Yeah.
oh, like your friends call you teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute
Yeah.
nickname. I
Yeah.
like
And
that.
they shorten it to like teach.
Teach.
Yeah.
I see, I see.
And they use, I'm so sorry. So they use the actual English
Mm-hmm.
word. So even if we're speaking Russian or Ukrainian,
Mm-hmm.
they actually use the word teacher or teach.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I certain some groups of friends call me Hands.
Hands?
Yeah.
Okay, like Phoebes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
basically, exactly. And so that's what an abbreviation is.
Hmm.
And we also have something called initialism. And this is when you have a group of words and you take the first letter, the
Hmm.
initial of each of the words, and that's pronounced individually.
Yeah.
I guess like WH. Well, we don't really say WHO.
No,
Sometimes we do.
WHO, well, technically it is an
Yeah,
abbreviation
that is
or an initialism, but the most famous one, guys, the USA.
USA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the USA is
exactly.
an initialism.
And then,
And actually, so not to confuse anyone, so initialism is a very technical word.
yeah.
So basically, all of those shortenings like hands or like the USA or FBI, they can all be called abbreviations.
Yeah, exactly. And the last one in this kind of category here are acronyms. Although, again, I feel like this is an umbrella term, like it is used with initialism. So it is more commonly used
Mm-hmm.
as the general word. And an
Mm-hmm.
acronym technically is a word, it's an abbreviation kind of thing where you have a series of words, but it's pronounced as a separate word,
Yes.
like who.
Like who?
Yeah. So that would be the definition of,
And also, a good thing to remember is that every acronym is an abbreviation
yeah.
or an initialism, but not every abbreviation
Yeah.
is an acronym. So,
Yeah.
acronym is when you hear a word and you're like, oh my God, this is a word. But then later in life, as Hannah mentioned today, you find out that this is actually an
Yeah.
abbreviation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're just saying this to get it out of the way, but like you don't need to know the meanings and the
exactly. Yeah.
categories of what these things are as long as we're using them properly,
Yes, as
right?
long as we're using them properly, and also some of the words are very surprising.
Yes.
We really hope that you will be surprised.
All right. So we've kind of separated them into different fun little
Uh-huh.
categories. And I first wanted to talk about, I guess, more modern lingo, like the texting and the internet acronyms that we may see on social media
Love it.
when you're
Let's do
texting
it.
your friends. We've got the really common ones, right? Like OMG. I feel like everyone knows
I
OMG,
love OMG.
LOL.
Hmm.
I That's very, very common.
I even wanted to add that we do use them in my first languages,
Yeah.
just like LOL and OMG. Like we
Yeah.
use the same like English letters,
Yeah.
but usually we would say something like LOL or OMG.
Oh,
Like not
interesting.
OMG, we would be like OMG, I'm so tired, or OMG, that was amazing. Yeah,
We don't do that here, but it's
we
fun.
do.
It's cute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just in case you don't know, LOL, laugh out loud. It's just a
Hmm.
texting abbreviation that we use to say ha ha ha, like you're laughing, something's funny. And OMG, oh my God,
Oh my God.
shocked. You're shocked. We've also got BTW,
BTW.
by the
Well, it
way.
sounds so weird, like when you say, right?
BTW?
Yeah. I mean, like when you see it in a text or in a whatever written form, you're like, yeah, I know. This is like, by the way.
Yeah.
But when you say BTW, it's like,
I've actually heard it said
really?
as the acronym
I like
BTW.
now you said it, and I'm like, I
Oh,
want to scrape
interesting.
my brain.
I guess in my group, like the group of people that I know, there are people that say BTW or BT dubs.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
It's easier to say by the way than BT dubs
Yeah,
or
yes.
BTW.
But as we will learn, sometimes even though we're trying to shorten things, we end up just making them more
Yeah.
confusing and longer, right?
It's the same with like, I don't know,
Yeah.
IDK.
IDK.
Well, IDK doesn't sound that bad, actually. Well, again, guys, it's just like how I react to things, okay? Like BTW just like blew my mind. But IDK sounds more harmonic to me, I
It
would say.
does. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue a little
Yeah,
bit nicer. That's
there's
true.
like some rhythm to it.
Yeah. There is also TBH, which
TBH.
I do use a lot, to be honest.
Hmm.
So, we just use it when we're like, we want to say something honestly. Say, to be
To be
honest,
honest,
I'm not
yeah.
feeling very well today, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
step out on those plans.
And on that same page, IMO, in my opinion,
Yeah.
or IMHO, in my humble or in my honest
Honest
opinion.
opinion. Yeah.
And these are actually the things that we do use in Russian and
Oh,
Ukrainian.
so you're
The thing,
familiar.
we would say something like imho. Yeah, like
Interesting.
in my humble or honest opinion, we would say imho.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
There's also so many others like BRB.
BRB is good. I love BRB. It also has the rhythm
Yeah,
to it.
be right back. And people actually do say it, right?
Yes,
They say BRB.
exactly. And the other one is FYI.
Yes.
FYI is perfect,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
for an abbreviation. FYI for your information.
Yeah.
However, for a very long time, again, this is my perception of this expression. I was always, when I saw FYI, especially in the text, when
Yeah.
people are texting me, I was always reading it with a note of like, I don't know, sarcasm or something like negative, like
Like, did you
FYI.
know?
Yes, FYI. It's not like this, okay?
No.
It's just my perception. FYI is like totally
Yeah.
normal.
You're just giving someone a
You're
heads
just
up.
giving someone a heads up or just telling them like FYI, the subway's late, or
Yeah.
FYI, like the road is closed or something
Yeah.
like that.
But one thing that kind of could be taken the wrong way is ASAP.
ASAP,
Yeah, as soon as possible.
especially in the workplace.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, you're basically telling someone to hurry up.
chop, chop,
chop,
chop.
chop. Come on. Right? So that's,
Uh-huh.
in general, that's not like a polite thing to say to
Not a polite
anybody,
thing.
really.
Yes. And if someone is being impolite or sharing some things that they should not be sharing, there is a great abbreviation that goes TMI,
Yeah,
which stands for too much information. Like
that's right.
someone is telling you about, I don't know, their first date experience, including too many details. And you can be like, whoa, dude, TMI,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
too much information. I didn't want to know that.
And it's so interesting because a lot of those abbreviations have come into our speaking.
Uh-huh.
So, like we were talking about, BRB, FYI, ASAP, we don't say the full words of these expressions, right?
Yeah,
Like
we're
we,
so lazy. Look
yeah.
at us. Like humans will find anything, like any way, any method to be less productive.
More productive. It is like I do feel like it
Okay,
is,
sorry. To be less to be more lazy. Okay,
yeah,
let's call it
yeah.
that way. Because this is kind of productive, like you're saving
You're saving time,
time.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you're trying to be more productive. And it's, optimistic. Optimistically, it is like just a quick culture these days.
It is.
IMHO, in my opinion, it's more of like there's so much information that I want to give people, especially when I'm talking very excitedly to my
Okay.
friends. So these are some things that I will use just to be faster. I want to,
Yeah, but also, I really like those posts when people are writing a tweet and they're like, people who text LOL instead of like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like,
yeah.
what do you do with all your free time that you're saving by using
I know.
acronyms or
It's like,
abbreviations?
what time are you really saving in those situations?
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Okay, more social media focused.
Uh-huh.
There are some that have just come about in the past, I guess, several years, maybe 10, 15
Yeah,
years.
with the development of social
Yeah,
media
like
and being
especially
an
Instagram.
inseparable part of our lives.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've got DMs
DMs.
and we have the expression slide into DMs. Have you heard that?
Slide to the end.
So those are your direct messages. If you look at your Instagram, you've got a little inbox where people can send you messages, and those are called your DMs.
Uh-huh.
We've also got FOMO,
FOMO. Yeah,
fear of
having
missing
fun.
out. Do you
And
get
people
FOMO?
are um sometimes
Yeah.
I cannot think of a situation to share, but sometimes I do have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. Every now and then.
When I'm
Mo
like, overbooked and I have to choose in between like activities, and
yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, I want to go here and I want to go there. But what if I'm like, so I'm feeling FOMO?
true. Yeah.
Like that's real. Another one that actually I'm not a fan of, I don't like it. It's GOAT. Greatest of all time,
Yeah.
GOAT. It's like why? And people use it nowadays a lot. I see it for different kinds of influencers. Like I'm following a lot of people who are dermatologists or like
Mhm.
trichologists, like and this and that. And they're like, this product is a GOAT. That product is a GOAT. This procedure is a GOAT. And I'm like,
Is it?
why? Like, why?
Even to further it even more, a lot of the time people won't even write out GOAT. They will just put an emoji
An emoji,
of a
exactly.
goat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah.
Like, what do we know about goats? Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's really funny, actually, side note. I was watching this clip, I think on TikTok or you or somewhere, and they were doing this red carpet interview with Meryl Streep.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen this before?
No.
So the interviewer tells Meryl Streep, "Hey, I think it was
You're
Anne Hathaway. Well, somebody else was like, "Oh yeah, like Anne Hathaway was just here. I was talking to her and she called you a goat. What do you think about that?" And Meryl Streep actually thought she was calling her an animal, like
Oh
the
God.
animal goat.
Uh-huh.
And it was the reaction was really funny because she had never heard of Greatest of All
Was she like
Time.
upset, offended, fuming,
I think I
confused?
think she was confused. I think she was like, "That's so random. Why would anybody call me a goat?" But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that always it always reminds me of that interview
Hmm.
when I think of this word. We've also got POV.
POV.
And this is really common that you'll see on social media, like videos or things like that. POV, meaning point of view.
Point of
It's
view.
just, your perspective on something,
Mhm.
right? Then we've got IRL, in
IRL.
real
Mhm.
life. So again, I guess because of the internet culture, we do have to differentiate between something that's happening on the internet and something that's happening in
Off the
real life.
internet,
So we've got to
yes, in real
differentiate
life,
that.
yeah. BFF, I mean, I guess
Oh,
that everyone's
yeah.
familiar with this one. Best friends forever. Oh my God, she's my BFF. We're BFFs.
It's been around for.
And there's another one that's been circulating in social media for a while is Bae before
Hmm.
anyone else. Like you can call your partner, I don't know, husband, boyfriend, whoever, you can
Hmm.
call them Bae, like before anyone else. Yeah, that's also when
Oh.
we're talking about people.
I
Yeah.
never heard of that one before. We've also got like not safe for work, NSFW. So this is in very specific situations where, let's say, for example, I saw a funny video clip and I want to send it to my friend, but just as a warning, it might not be appropriate to watch in public.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it might be
Okay.
a little bit inappropriate. So when I send the video, I'll send a little like disclaimer, NSFW, just meaning like be careful where you are when you're watching this in case
Uh-huh.
somebody's looking over your
Yeah.
shoulder, right? So that's a not a super common one,
That is
but
super common
most
one.
people understand what that
Yeah.
means. And then we have ICYMI in case you missed it.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is used in a lot of like promos and things like that. If you're trying to catch up with somebody or catch up people on some news, that type of thing.
Yeah, and there is another one very common on the internet, TIL.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
Yes.
Today I learned that we're gonna tell you something about abbreviations. Maybe that would be your TILs.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is another one, a very funny one. Um, AITA.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen those ones?
So
Yes,
the
AITA.
those two that you brought up, plus another one that I'll mention, but these are actually all formed from Reddit. Did you
Oh,
know?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
They're all
yes.
subreddit.
Actually, yes. Yeah.
ELI5. So AITA is Am
Am
I the
I the
asshole?
asshole? And then person describes usually the
Yeah.
situation. Asking public is like, please judge us. Who is
Yeah.
right? Who is wrong?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we have ELI5, which is Explain Like I'm
Like
Five.
explain like I'm five.
And then we have
Mm-hmm.
AMA, which is Ask Me Anything.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's really interesting. These are all stemmed from Reddit, which is a website where it's like an online community where people talk, and there are things called subreddits. And these
Subreddits.
are very popular
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
subreddits. Yeah.
This is actually a very interesting
Yeah,
evolution of the
it
language.
is.
Like how for certain platforms or certain situations, people created, and it's not, I guess, here for like saving time. It's just like a separate topic.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about this,
Yeah.
like judge the situation. Who is the asshole in the situation? Or for explanations, people are curious, like explain to me like I'm five. I love it.
Yeah, I
Very
mean, like
evolutionary.
ELI5, you're not going to use that
Yeah,
on an everyday basis, but
exactly.
it exists
Yeah.
on in the internet
Hmm.
world.
Yeah. There is another sub topic
Yeah.
from Reddit for our podcast and this episode. And we wanted to talk about the abbreviations that people use in the workplace or professional abbreviations, right? And the first one, I want to start with HR. I guess that people heard this one a lot, and HR stands for Human Resources. And interestingly, again, in Russian and Ukrainian, we do use the letters HR, like the English letters, when we talk about this department.
But is it
Yeah.
an
No, it has nothing to do with the
human resources department?
no, it is the Human Resources
I mean,
Department.
the letters, the
The letters
words.
have nothing to do with
Mm,
this. So we call them HR,
yeah.
like, oh, HR sent us an email or like whatever, whatever. But we do have a Russian and Ukrainian name for that department, and it has nothing to do with like letters HR.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's I like how these types of things kind of
Travel,
travel.
yeah, around the world.
Yeah.
Hmm.
in the workplace, there are really, again, I think it just has to do with efficiency and being productive and, all of that stuff. So we've got ETA, which is estimated time of arrival.
Yeah, but also I guess that you can use ETA in everyday life. Like
It's
when you're texting your friend that like I'm on my way, ETA is like
it's moved into
this.
everyday
Yeah.
conversation. I believe it did start off in kind of a more professional context or workplace context. You've also got very specifically related to work is something like PTO. Maybe people have heard that paid
Hmm.
time off. These are your vacation days. CEO, Chief Executive Officer, EOD, end of day.
End
Like
of day.
you need to get this presentation finished by end
Hmm.
of day.
Another one is also out of the
OOO.
office.
Yeah. There's also these clips going around
It's like,
of, yeah,
it's
like where, like, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, you're ooh, ooh, ooh.
why are you? Ooh, ooh, it's none of your business. Why? Ooh, 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 I don't have to tell you. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, and then I guess during the pandemic, this acronym became really popular,
Uh-huh.
WFH, which means work from home.
Work from home.
Other ones like FAQ, frequently asked
Yeah,
questions.
but this one again, I'm sure that it came from the professional world, but you can find it on any website
Exactly.
that
Businesses.
gives some products.
Yeah.
Yeah, provides
TBD, which means to be
to
determined.
be determined.
Yeah.
KPIs. Oh my God, how could we
Oh,
forget about the KPIs?
I do not enjoy
Yeah,
KPIs,
no.
which are key performance indexes. And also, one thing that I use a lot, one thing that I use a lot personally that I'm guilty of is PFA, like please find attached.
Uh-huh.
So in my emails, instead of writing out please find attached,
Oh, I love
when
writing.
I
Please find attached.
attach a document, I just write PFA.
Yeah. Oh, and also the fun thing about CC, when you guys are writing an email and you want to CC your boss because it
Hmm.
finally escalated to that point, is like a carbon copy. We
Yeah,
actually talked about carbon copy in
in a
one of our
previous,
recent episodes. Yeah, but CC, if you were wondering, it's the carbon copy
yeah.
so that you're copying the information
There,
and sending it to another
I
person.
feel like there are just so many, and these are kind of, I guess, the basic ones, like the ones that you should know. You
Hmm.
definitely should know in the beginning,
Yes.
right? We also have things that are actually abbreviations. For example, EG, which means for example.
Which means, for example, however, a lot of people, especially when they just start learning the language, they
Yeah.
think that because when you say example, you have their letter E, sound E, and then G, but it has nothing to do with the word example because it's the Latin for exempli gratia, so
Hmm.
E, and then G for gratia.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with just example.
Actually, that's, I like that you mentioned that because there are some abbreviations and acronyms that we take from other languages. So
Yes,
e.g., IE,
IE, it
BC,
est, yeah.
there's a lot that we use. ETC,
etc.,
etc.
etc.
Yeah.
Versus.
Versus. Okay, so these are all just like a bunch of other little abbreviations that we
Hmm.
use. And then we also have, oh, okay. This is what I think is really fun. These are the acronyms that
Okay, we're
are
coming to
actually
acronyms.
pronounced
Yes.
like words. And a lot of these, again, this is what I'm saying, I didn't know
Okay.
until later in life. Like I thought this was just this. I thought this
Okay.
was the actual definition of the
Let's
word.
see. Let's see what we have.
So one that, again, embarrassingly later in life I found was an abbreviation is laser.
Laser.
And laser is actually an acronym, and that means light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation.
Yes. So the first letters of this whole phrase,
Yeah,
they form the word laser.
exactly. There are quite a few
There
like
are
that.
quite a few. We're gonna touch up on them, but laser in my first languages, we call it a laser.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
laser. Yeah.
yeah.
So another one interesting is the word radar, which is also an acronym and it stands for radio detection and ranging.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Again, we use this word every day, not
Mm-hmm.
every day, but we have it in it even, we even have it in an expression like to keep something on the radar.
Yeah,
And then again, radar is an acronym, guys.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this word I did not realize was an acronym, scuba. Yeah, so this took a long time. You know, when you go scuba diving, the gear that you use is a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, and that is the acronym, and scuba is the acronym
It is an
for what that
acronym.
is.
Yeah, I love it.
And another one that I didn't know is GIF or GIF,
GIF.
however people pronounce
How do
it.
you pronounce it?
GIF, I
GIF.
think.
I also say
Yeah, I
GIF.
think I say GIF.
There is like the whole holy war on the internet about
Yeah.
like GIF or GIF.
Is it GIF or is it GIF? But it actually stands for graphics interchange format. I guess because it's graphics, it should be GIF. But
But then when you say them together, I don't know.
yeah, I still pronounce it GIF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And then another one, the fun one, CAPTCHA. You guys know those things when
Oh,
you're trying to enter the website and then there it says like, prove that you're not a robot. And you have to like click on
yeah.
the traffic
This
lights
one is
or bikes or
hilarious.
cars. Yes. So CAPTCHA is also an acronym and it stands for whew, completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. Oh, there you go. Now try to guess whether I'm a robot or not.
Exact. I
So this is
love
CAPTCHA. Crazy.
I love how CAPTCHA just means like, are you a human or are you a robot?
I'm gonna CAPTCHA.
Yeah, I'm gonna capture you.
Exactly.
And one that I also didn't know was Wi-Fi. I mean, I figured it was some sort of an abbreviation
Mhm.
or an acronym, but yeah, it stands for wireless fidelity.
I love
And
the word fidelity in this
yeah,
thing.
and even JPEG
JPEG.
is an acronym and it means Joint Photographic Experts Group.
Yes, but I mean JPEG to me personally doesn't sound like an acronym. It still like sounds like
Yeah,
a letters. I
yeah,
mean like separate letters. But let's talk about some very famous organizations, and I'm sure that you guys have heard about them, and I'm sure that you knew that they stand for something. NASA,
yeah.
very famous one, everybody knows from the movies, from the internet, from all of the beautiful missions that they're doing. And NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And for a very long time, I actually thought that the first two letters means North Atlantic.
I
I thought
mean,
that it was North Atlantic Space Association or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I tried to like make it up in my mind.
I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of people do. You can understand that something is an
Uh-huh.
acronym and then you kind of try to guess based
Yeah.
on what it is,
But
what
then,
the
yeah,
acronym
I
means.
I was surprised that it's national and not North Atlantic or North
Yeah,
American.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's also UNICEF, which is
UNICEF.
a great organization, the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. And there's also, yeah, a lot of organizations
A lot of
have
organizations have
acronyms,
this,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
thing. Like WHO that we
Yeah,
started with.
exactly.
Yeah.
The Who.
hmm Then about some other gadgets,
Yeah.
I guess if we couldn't call it a gadget, apparatus. Uh, Taser. Do you guys know the taser? The thing that I guess we'll
Po-
explain it in the language
yeah,
lab.
police officers
Taser
carry
is
them around.
police officers carry them around, or women, unfortunately, can carry them around. This is a little thing that, like, if you press a button, it can electrocute someone. And taser was actually named after the person who came up with the idea of this thing. And taser stands for Thomas A. Swift's electric rifle. So that's the taser. Another gadget, sonar. I guess that you guys heard this word about the submarines or even about certain animals like bats. They use sonars to
Whales.
navigate whales. Thank you. Sonar is sound navigation and ranging. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've also got, oh, okay, abbreviations that we use in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. We talked about GOAT and FOMO. We also
They're
have
acronyms, yeah.
YOLO,
Yellow.
you only live once. Not used very often these days because it was more slang. And then we have BOGO,
I don't like BOGO.
which I love. I love it.
I don't like the word.
Oh,
BOGO sounds like, I don't know. It's scary for me.
it sounds like a clown, like BOGO the clown.
Okay.
I
For
don't
me,
know
maybe
why.
it's like because it's like a boogeyman, something like from
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But I
Almost
love the
whole.
concept.
The concept is good.
Buy one, get one.
Yeah.
You basically, if you buy one, you get one free. So
Mm-hmm.
people, supermarkets, clothing places, they will have BOGO sales. So buy one, get one
Yeah.
free sales. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another couple of like interesting ones that I didn't know until I was like, doing a little bit of background research for
Mm-hmm.
this episode was Lego.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
some brands.
know
Yeah.
that Lego is also an acronym? Lego stands for, it's actually Danish, so I believe, okay, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but Got is an acronym for Lego.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got IKEA,
IKEA.
which is actually the name of the founder of
Mm-hmm.
IKEA,
His
plus,
first and last
yeah,
name.
first, last, and then the name of his family farm where he grew up, and then his hometown in Sweden. So it's Ingvar Kamprad Elmtyrd Agunarid. I'm butchering this. I feel so bad. But
Yeah.
anyway, it is, I did not know this, but IKEA
Yeah,
is
IKEA is also
an
some brands,
acronym.
yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
We also,
Have some of the, yes, we wanted to talk a little bit about Canadian acronyms
yes.
or abbreviations and acronyms and abbreviations that are very commonly used in Canada. And if you have been in Canada for a while, or if you just came to Canada and trying to put your documentation in place,
Yes.
you should know about this
Yeah.
thing. And first and foremost, very important one is SIN. And SIN is an acronym for Social Insurance Number. You need your SIN to work in Canada
Yeah.
and to do basically a lot of
Any?
other stuff. Anything, this is a very important thing. Don't share your SIN number with anyone because identity theft is no joke.
Yes.
So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
SIN.
Another, just I guess a couple of important ones that you
Mm-hmm.
should know, similar to SIN. Like SIN is the most important thing you should
Mm-hmm.
have here in Canada. OHIP is also really important. This is not all of Canada. This is just in Ontario.
Ontario.
It stands for your Ontario Health Insurance Plan. So as you know, as you may know, Canada we do have kind of, I guess, like a socialized healthcare, like a universal healthcare system,
Mm-hmm.
where if you do have OHIP, which means a governmental health insurance plan, you do you are able to you don't need to pay out of pocket for certain health treatments.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really, really important to have. GST, HST, these are different types of taxes that we have. This is very, and I find this as the biggest complaint when people come to
The
Canada,
taxes are not included.
is that the taxes are
Okay.
not included. So when you go
It
to the
is.
store, when you buy something, that is not the price that you see on the price tag. When you check out, you also have GST and HST, goods and service
Mhm.
tax, harmonized sale tax. So, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking about taxes, there is another very famous and popular abbreviation is CRA, which is Canadian Revenue Agency.
Hmm.
And this is the agency that watches very closely how much money you earn, how much money you spend, and how well you pay your taxes.
Hmm.
You don't want to play jokes with CRA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess when we talk about, okay, we talked about government, we talked about social media, we talked about so many other area companies,
Mhm.
organizations with all different
Gadgets,
gadgets,
apparatus.
abbreviations of these types of things. We also have things that are academic related,
Yeesh.
right? So obviously
For
the
education.
most obvious one, we also have it as the name of our podcast,
Hmm.
ESL, which means English as a second language,
Yeah.
right? We also have, PhD,
PhD.
which is a doctor of philosophy. If you go to university, you will also hear TA,
TA.
which means a teaching
Hmm.
assistant. They are the ones who usually will grade your papers, give you a lot of support outside of class
Of
time.
classes, yeah. And
Yeah.
also speaking about school before you go into university, you will need your GPA.
Yeah.
And GPA is grade point average. And this is the grade that can actually help you get into university.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And I guess that it's also important to talk about OSAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, OSAP is also a program, Ontario Student, what's A? Assistance, Ontario Student Assistance Program. And if you are a permanent resident or a citizen, Here in Canada, you can get some support from the government, material, financial support to go and study at a university or a college of
Hmm.
your choice.
Yeah. A couple of things I think that are just important to even visitors.
Yes,
There, two of the most important things.
two of the most important.
Number one, I would say TTC,
TTC.
which is the Toronto Transit Commission. That is
Mhm.
our subway system, our public transportation system. And then we have the LCBO,
LCBO.
which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. For short, we lovingly call it LICBO.
Ligbo.
But this is the place where you buy alcohol, essentially. I mean, I guess these days you can purchase alcohol
In
in
supermarket
a lot of
and
places, but I
yeah,
think,
convenience stores. But
yeah,
the biggest selection of all different kind of alcohol you can find only there at
exactly.
LCBO.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think a couple of, I guess, that we wanted to mention are for emergencies or when it comes to, I guess, like healthcare, so that you may just be aware of what these mean.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got ER,
ER.
emergency room. We have CPR, which is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So it's when somebody stops breathing or they're not, you don't see them breathing. It's the first response of trying to get their heart pumping again,
Yeah.
basically.
And you
Um,
have to get some certification
exactly.
to be able to do that. Another one, speaking about doctors, and you guys might have watched this amazing TV show, House MD, and MD stands for medical doctor. And another good abbreviation is you can hear it actually a lot in the TV shows and in the movies when
Yeah.
someone says that that's like, oh my God, EMT is on the way. So EMT is an emergency medical technician, and these are people who usually are on the ambulance.
Yeah,
They come like they are first responders to whatever is happening.
exactly. Wow. We have covered so many different abbreviations and acronyms.
And not even everything that we
No,
wanted to talk
there are
about.
so many more,
Mhm.
and there are new ones popping up every day. I I have like favorites as well that I have not even mentioned today that
Mhm.
I would love to talk about at another time. But for now, if you guys have any that are new to you that you have never known about, like me, please let us know and send us an email at eslpoducateme@gmail.com or find us on Instagram at PoducateMe.
Yes, and don't go anywhere because Language Lab is coming right up next.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay tuned. We have the Language Lab coming up next. Welcome back to Language Lab, where we turn confusing English into slightly less confusing English.
That is correct. And in our latest episode, we talked about abbreviations and acronyms because apparently humans looked at full words and collectively said, absolutely not, too long.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into our vocabulary words for today. The first one is hantavirus. If you haven't been listening to the news, over the past few months, hantavirus has been in the news very recently because there was
Mhm.
an outbreak on a cruise ship. It is actually a rare but serious disease that is spread mainly by rodents. But do not worry, we have been reassured many times it is not the second coming of COVID.
Yeah, who said it, actually?
Who said it?
Who said it?
Who?
Who said what?
Okay,
We're just fooling around.
if you listen to the
Yes.
whole episode, you'll know what we're saying.
And the next expression, it's actually a phrasal verb,
Yeah.
I guess. And this one is bring up. And bring up means to mention or introduce a topic. And for me, the example that I'm going to give and the one that I usually use when someone says something like on a Sunday, beautiful afternoon, someone says, ugh, tomorrow's Monday, I have to go to work. And you're like, ah, dude, why did you have to bring it up?
Yeah.
Like, don't mention it.
Debbie Downers, those guys are. Next up, we have lingo. Lingo it is kind of an informal word. It's not, I don't even think it's in the dictionary. Uh, I would have to look that up in the dictionary, but it is an informal word that means language,
Language.
essentially, or
Yep.
vocabulary word. So we can say, oh, I don't understand these kids' lingo these days. I don't
Yes.
know what they're talking about.
And you, of course, may know it from Duolingo.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
also there in the name.
Yes.
Yes. The next word is the word humble, and humble means modest or not arrogant. Like a humble person does not brag about how many languages they speak.
Mm,
Yeah,
hmm.
so I don't know.
When we say, oh, hey, just a heads up, it means giving an advance notice or some kind of warning. So, hey, heads up, I have a cold, I have a little cold, so I'm gonna be feeling a little sick, or my voice is going to be not so
Mhm.
great when I meet up with you later, is how we would use heads up.
Yeah, good one. The next expression, I love it so much, and it's an expression chop chop. Chop chop means hurry up, and it's giving a little bit of like bossy vibes
Yeah.
sometimes, but also it's a very playful expression that you can tell, I don't know, to your kids when they are not getting ready for school in the morning, and you're like, guys, chop chop,
Yeah.
we have to hurry.
It's like fun, it's playful.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely you can use it for kids and pets and things.
Yes.
Inseparable. Inseparable means always together. So in is the prefix meaning not, and separable to be able to separate. So of course that means everything is together, impossible to separate. So, for example, these days, unfortunately, me and my phone, we are inseparable.
Inseparable.
I wish we could be
Yeah.
separable.
Yeah. In our main episode, Hannah used a very great expression, slide into DMs, into direct messages. So we want to talk a little bit about the verb slide. To slide means to move smoothly or casually in this meaning, like sliding into DMs. You can slide into conversation. Sometimes you can also slide into awkwardness. Yeah, so don't do that.
Yeah. Trichologist is a specialist, and they are people who study hair and scalp health.
Mm-hmm. Fuming. Ooh, I love this expression. Fuming means to be very, very, very angry, like extremely angry. And it comes from the word fumes. Like imagine that something is on fire and
Yeah.
it gives off like the smoke. So if you're fuming, like, oh, I'm so angry. Ah, remember the guy from the Inside Out? The
Yes.
emotion. So there was anger as
Anger.
an emotion, and whenever anger was angry, he would go like his
His
head would
head catches
explode
on
and catches
fire.
on fire. So if
Yeah.
you or someone is fuming, it means that they are very angry.
Yes. Next up, we have the word estimated. And estimated is like a guess, and it means that it's just very roughly and not exactly calculated. So, similar to saying about or approximately. So, you can say, oh, the estimated time from here to the library
Mhm.
is 20 minutes.
Yep. Estimated day of delivery if
Yes.
you're ordering something. Yes. And the word a taser, now we all know that it's an acronym
Yes.
that was named after the guy who created it. And taser is a device that is normally used by the police officers, but as I mentioned in the main episode, a lot of women
Although I don't think it's legal in Canada to
really,
have
okay,
tasers.
but
Yeah.
I mean, to have tasers for civilians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to
Anyway,
look that up.
so taser, this is a device that delivers some electric shock that can temporarily stop someone. So a lot of people wear it for self-defense.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, that was a short one for you today, but
Uh-huh.
as we know, language keeps evolving, and it's mainly because humans are apparently allergic to typing full
Oh,
words.
yes, we do. And from acronyms to internet lingo, English loves a shortcut.
We
Same
do.
as humans.
So keep listening, keep learning, and
Educate
educate yourself.
yourself.